The universe is vast, filled with wonders and stories of endings. Among the most powerful is a vision nearly 2,000 years old, a scroll sealed with 7 seals. No one could open it until a lamb stepped forward. This is where our story begins. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. They are not just figures from ancient texts, but forces that have shaped human history. Imagine the first seal breaking, a voice like thunder. Come and see. From prophecy's mists, a figure emerges. It's a mirror, reflecting our deepest fears. The Book of Revelation speaks in symbols that have haunted us for centuries. The opening of the seals is a countdown, a progression of calamities. The first 4 seals unleash the horsemen, personifications of forces that have toppled empires. They are the mechanisms of our own self-destruction. As we journey into this tale, we must ask, are the horsemen symbols of darkness within the human heart? Their story explores our ambition, violence, greed, and mortality. The seals are breaking. The air grows cold. Thunder rolls. The time has come to meet the riders and understand the shadows they cast upon our world. These are not distant myths. They are woven into our history. The drama unfolds here, on our world, in our time. The horsemen are timeless, as old as civilization itself. Their ride is a warning, a pattern. Each rider brings a new challenge. The story is not just about endings, but about the cycles that define humanity. The stage is set. The seals are breaking. The horsemen ride. The first seal is broken. A white horse appears, brilliant and shining. Its rider holds a bow and is given a crown. He rides forth conquering and to conquer. This is the first horseman, Conquest, or sometimes Pestilence. His arrival is swift, decisive, overwhelming. Is he a force for good, or something more sinister? The white horse could symbolize a false peace, a powerful leader promising salvation. The bow with no arrows suggests victory through threats, disease, or political subjugation. He is the ambition that drives empires, the desire to dominate. He is the beginning of the end, cloaked as a glorious new beginning. Think of history's great conquerors, Alexander, Genghis Khan, riding at the head of unstoppable armies. Their conquest brought new laws and cultures, but also subjugation and suffering. The first horseman is this duality, the promise of empire and its dark price. Sometimes he is the plague that weakens a city before the army arrives. The Black Death swept across Europe, killing millions and destabilizing kingdoms. It was a conqueror more effective than any general. The rider on the white horse is this relentless, forward-moving force. He is the first sign that the old world is about to be swept away. His victories are seductive, but always come at a cost. He is the idea that conquers before the sword is ever drawn. The white horse rides, and nothing is ever the same. The first seal is broken, and the world changes forever. The horseman rides on. The second seal is broken. Another horse emerges, fiery red, the color of blood and war. Its rider is given a great sword, not for justice, but for slaughter. He is War, the second horseman. His purpose, to take peace from the earth so that men kill one another. War is the inevitable consequence of conquest's ambition. Where conquest builds empires, war carves them out. The red horse is the color of the battlefield after the fighting is done. He represents the moment when diplomacy fails and violence erupts. He is the chaos that follows the breakdown of order. History is a river of blood, fed by countless wars, from ancient Greece to the world wars. The Red Rider has galloped through them all. He is present in the trenches, in bombed cities, in genocides. His great sword is every weapon ever invented, from stone to atomic bomb. The second horseman's power is to take peace from the earth, a profound statement. Once he rides, fear and suspicion rule. Alliances shift, neighbors become enemies. The world becomes a chessboard of sacrifice and revenge. The red horse thunders across the land, leaving peace a distant memory. War is not just between nations, but within them. Civil wars, revolutions, brother against brother. The Red Rider thrives on division and hatred. His ride is never truly over. As long as humanity harbors violence, the second horseman will ride. The great sword is always ready, peace is always at risk. The third seal is broken. A black horse appears, the color of mourning and despair. Its rider holds a pair of scales, not of justice, but of commerce and scarcity. A voice cries, "A quart of wheat for a day's wages. Do not harm the oil and wine." This is Famine, the third horseman. His arrival is quiet, insidious, following in war's footsteps. Armies trample fields, disrupt supply lines, and famine follows. The scales symbolize scarcity, a world where survival is a luxury. The cry to spare oil and wine reveals a famine of inequality. The poor starve while the rich feast. The The black horse brings grotesque disparity, hoarding, and exploitation. He is the cold logic of a broken system. He rode through Ireland's potato famine, Ukraine's Holodomor, and rides today in war-torn nations. He is the silent killer, claiming more lives than the sword. He drives people from their homes, creates refugees, and leaves children hungry. The black horse's shadow is long and dark. Hope withers where he rides. Famine is not just hunger. It is engineered systemic starvation. The scales are rarely balanced. The third horseman is a warning. Civilization is only a few missed harvests from collapse. The black horse rides on, a symbol of our vulnerabilities. His presence is felt in every crisis of scarcity. The world trembles as he passes. The third seal is broken. The fourth seal is broken. A pale, sickly horse appears. Chloros, the color of death and disease. Its rider is named Death, and hell follows close behind. He is not given a weapon but dominion over a fourth of the earth, to kill with sword, hunger, and plague. Death is the culmination of all that has come before. He is not a cause but the result, the sum of all fears. He harvests the seeds sown by conquest, war, and famine. Death is the ultimate predator. Humanity is his prey. The mention of hell following is chilling. There is no escape. Death is not a lone figure, but a force of nature, a convergence of calamities. Even wild beasts rise up as civilization collapses. Death is the end of the world as we know it. He is the personification of our mortality, the one certainty. While the other riders might be resisted, death is absolute. His pale horse sweeps up all that remains. The fourth seal is broken, and the end is at hand. The rider on the white horse is more than a biblical phantom. He is a recurring figure in history. Every time a charismatic leader rises, promising glory, the white horse is there. The Roman Empire marched under banners of civilization, but for every road built, a culture was suppressed. The conquest of the Americas brought faith and progress, but also devastation. Disease was the conquistador's deadliest weapon, conquering before battle began. The first rider's work is often silent, overwhelming, and complete. In the modern world, he rides as ideology movements that conquer hearts and minds. The promise of security and belonging can be as destructive as any army. The white horse gallops on, a symbol of humanity's thirst for power and the dangerous idea of a perfect world. Conquest is never just about land, it's about spirit, culture, and destiny. The rider's shadow stretches from ancient times to today. The Gallop of Conquest is unending. The first horseman never truly leaves. The red horse of war is the drumbeat of human history. Once conquest's ambitions are set, war follows. The 20th century saw slaughter on an industrial scale. World wars, civil wars, revolutions. The great sword has evolved, from bronze to nuclear missiles. War is not just between nations, but within them. Civil wars, revolutions, brother against brother. The Red Rider thrives on division and hatred. His ride is never truly over. We see him in headlines, in rising global tensions, in hateful rhetoric. The red horse is always waiting. As long as violence exists, war will ride. The black horse of famine follows war as night follows day. His scales weigh not just grain, but justice and suffering. The Irish potato famine and Ukraine's Holodomor were not just natural disasters, but catastrophes of policy and power. Today, famine is weaponized, food blockaded, starvation used as a tactic. Climate change and economic instability threaten food security for millions. The black horse is a symbol of our systemic vulnerabilities. Civilization is always a few missed harvests from collapse. The shadow of famine is never far behind. Why do the four horsemen still haunt us after 2,000 years? They are not just prophecy, they are archetypes, timeless personifications of our greatest fears. Conquest, war, famine, and death are not relics. They shape every generation. The horsemen are a mirror reflecting the darkest aspects of our nature. Each is a link in a chain. Ambition leads to violence, violence to scarcity, scarcity to death. This is not a supernatural curse, but a pattern repeated throughout history. The Book of Revelation is not just prophecy, it's psychological and historical insight. In our modern age, the horsemen have adapted. Conquest is ideological, war is digital, famine is a crisis of distribution, death comes in pandemics. The riders have not been vanquished, only changed. The four horsemen remind us of our responsibility. They are not external forces, but specters we summon through ambition, hatred, greed, and neglect. Their story is a warning, a call to recognize destructive patterns in our world and ourselves. The seals are always being broken. The horsemen ride in the choices we make every day. The question is, what will we do when we hear the thunderous call to come and see? The story is not just about endings, but about the cycles we create. The horsemen ride on until we choose to break the pattern.